Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check. 1 2 1 2. Once again, it's your boy Mr. Taper for Mr. Taper's Barber Life, representing Barbers Only magazine as we continue our journey on this barbering fest that we are going through. This week in barbering, this past week was a great week. It was my best week ever. And I don't say that lightly when I say best week ever. My numbers were incredible. I don't like to put numbers out there because there's always going to be, if you say, oh, I made $100 this week, somebody will say, well, damn, I made $300 this week. You know what I mean? So let me just say it was my best week ever. And that's over 25 years in the game. And the funny thing about it, it wasn't a special week. It wasn't like a special holiday. It wasn't Easter. It wasn't Thanksgiving. It wasn't Christmas. It wasn't back to school. It was just a normal February week. And for me to have my best week ever shows me that the potential of that shop is just off the chains. You know what I mean? Because, if it was a special week, it would have still counted. You know what I mean? If it was Easter or if it was back to school or something like that, it would have still counted. But for it to be a normal Saturday, a normal week was crazy. And if I sit down and ask myself, okay, what did I do this week? How can I duplicate what I did this week to make it, consistent? And I'll tell you, I made over 2,500. Okay, and that's for me with haircuts being 35, 40. That's making over 2,500. That's pretty good. And I'm just wondering, okay, what can I do to duplicate this success? And the thing that I did, which is very simple, is I came to work on the hours that I set my schedule for. Now, some people, and they're not wrong, but some people like to say, if you want to make a lot of money as a barber, you have to come early, stay late. Well, I have enough clients where I can fit work my schedule. As long as I get at least 40 hours, I feel like I'm not doing a disservice to my clients. So I made sure I had 40 hours. And I'll just tell you my schedule. On Monday, I come in at 12. On Tuesday, I come in at 4. On Wednesday, I'm technically off from the barbershop, but I cut hair at the jail. On Thursdays, I come in at 9. Fridays, I come in at 9. Saturdays, I come in at 7. And then Sundays, which is a new thing, I'm working 12 to 5. Now, and that's all I did. And I stuck to it. You know what I mean? I did not take long breaks like sometimes I do. I might have like a 2-hour break. So I might go to Starbucks, get on my laptop or, go shopping. You know what I mean? I love to shop. But what I did is I stayed in the shop. And to my surprise, which it shouldn't be, but to my surprise, I got a lot of walk-ins. A lot. Because with my particular shop, everybody is pretty satisfied with the flow that they have. There might be one or two barbers who wish they had a few more clients during the week, but for the most part, they're happy. But I decided I'm going to work like I'm a new barber. I'm going to work. I'm not turning down any walk-ins. But at the same time, I am sharing walk-ins. I'm not being greedy, obviously. As a shop owner, you want to make sure you spread the walk-ins out. But it's funny because I'll say, hey, you got any openings? And most of the time, my barbers won't have any openings, so I'll have to end up squeezing the walk-ins in. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm taking the walk-ins. I'm not leaving for any breaks, and I'm working my schedule, meaning I'm staying the hours that my schedule says. I'm not leaving early, and that simple procedure has me doing well. Now, for those who are looking at my hair and like, yo, you a barber. How the heck can you have a hair like that, need a haircut? I am growing out my hair, so I'm at that ugly phase that it gets, but I need to shape up badly. And the thing about it, I work in a barber shop, but there are only two barbers that can touch my hair because, I got the crazy hairline. And the only two barbers that can cut my hair were busy. They've been busy, for the past couple of weeks. So I just been patiently waiting. So this is why I look crazy. All right. So let's keep the grind up for all my new barbers out there trying to build clientele. Keep grinding, keep coming in the shop early, keep staying late. And for my experienced barbers, same thing. Come to the shop early, be professional, excellent customer service, and of course, excellent barber skills. And I put customer service almost on the same level as skills when I'm talking about building your clientele, because I know I've said this story before, but I remember a time when I was cutting this guy's hair a long time ago, and I walked away after the cut, and I overheard him talking to the other barber, and he said that I was too quiet, and he was mad about it. He was like, man, that guy's too quiet. And I was like, wow, this guy, he didn't say the cut was bad. The cut was cool, but he just said I was too quiet. So you have to understand, as a barber, you have a responsibility to engage your client into a positive feeling. And I say that because, of course, the haircut is one positive feeling, hopefully, okay? Because, there are times when, I've seen barbers cut a client's hair and they were pissed off, but your job is to make that client feel happy, not just after the cut, but during the cut. So a good conversation is almost an art form to it. And I really need to do a podcast just on the consultation and the conversation, because it's really an art to it. But, you want to make that client feel comfortable, so, and the other thing is, there are clients who sometimes they just don't want to talk, they just, they have a lot on their mind. They just want a good haircut. But at the same time, you have to make that client feel comfortable. And I remember when I was cutting early on in my career, very early, I cut a stylist hair. It was a male stylist. And after the cut, he pulled me to the side and he was like, whenever you are cutting, you need to have confidence in your cuts. You need to be able to handle your clippers, handle your comb. When you shaping up the hairline, you need to be strong with it. And I knew what he was talking about because I was very early in my career and I was nervous as hell. So I guess I was shaking. I didn't realize I was shaking, but I guess I was shaking a little bit because he was like, "Bro, you got to be strong when you are cutting somebody's hair. You got to hold those clippers. So that's kind of funny when I look back at it and I think about it. But he could tell that I was super nervous when I was cutting his hair. So yeah, that's a little advice to my new barbers out there. And also on this week in barbering, I'm looking for a new barber, a new master barber. And I say master barber because a master barber, you don't have to tell them certain things. You know what I mean? You don't have to tell them clean up your station in between cuts. You don't have to tell a master barber to make sure you disinfect your combs and your clippers. You don't have to tell a master barber make sure you pay your booth rent on time every week. You know what I mean? So when I say I'm not saying I'm looking for a barber anymore. I'm looking for a master barber. And not to discriminate, but I would prefer them to be at least 30, at least 35. And then once again, I'm not discriminating because I know there are good young barbers out there, but I want a master barber with at least 5 to 7 years experience. At least 35 with a family, whether it's your girlfriend and kids or a wife and kids. I need a family because when you have that responsibility, you are going to work harder, you're going to work better, and you're going to work like the customer service aspect of it, you're going to have that part because you have a responsibility. So I'm looking for a master barber. If you're in the McDonough area, hit me up. You can hit up my email or you can DM me, Mr. Taper06. That's MRTAPER06 on Instagram and TikTok. And just hit me up, man, and let's chop it up because the last couple of experiences I've had with barbers, trying to hire new barbers, didn't go well. And I know I could have done better in the hiring process. I was pretty much just trying to fill that chair. And I had previous success filling the chairs. Like it was super easy. I just went to the barber school and boom, I hired 2 barbers and they worked out great. But the last couple, I haven't had good success. So I had to go back to the drawing board, put my boss hat on and really, do a good job of screening these barbers and making sure they are master barbers. So that is something that I'm going to do soon because I would like to get a new barber in before springtime hits. That would be essential for us. And also, we got to paint the shop. We've been in that shop for 10 years. It got painted on maybe year 3, and we got to paint it again. And we probably need a new floor, so we're going to get on that as well. All right. Also, everybody's talking about the new Babyliss Tune 4042 clipper. I've been seeing a lot of reviews of the new clipper. And I want to check it out. I'm definitely going to check it out. But there are certain things that I'm looking for that clipper to do before I check it out. And there's five things I want that clipper to do if I'm going to buy it. And one thing is I need a very powerful motor, okay? Because I want my clipper, I want to have at least one or two good clippers that have that power, like a Wall Senior or an Andy's Master. Now, I know that's saying a lot as far as the power of an Andy's Master, a corded Andy's Master, but I mean, they can do it. You know, technology is on the way up in the clipper industry, and they could do it. But I want it to be powerful. And at the same time, my second thing that I would like that Tomb 42 Babyliss clipper is I need it to be light. Okay. Obviously, I don't want the weight of the corded Andy's Master. Even though I love the corded Andy's Master, that weight in my hand, you know, after cutting cordless for years, I don't like that weight. And I'm only going to use the corded for maybe one or two cuts before I put it down. So I need it to be light. The third thing that I want in the Tomb 42 Babyliss clipper is I need a click lever. Okay, I've been spoiled by the click levers, and I want it. You know what I mean? I want to hear that click whenever I'm fading up and down. Click, 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 click. I need that click lever. Okay, and the fourth thing that I need from this clipper, it has to be quiet. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about the kids and even the adults. You don't want that loud clipper sound that the first cordless Andy's Master had. I mean, no disrespect, Andy's, but that was like a lawnmower in people's ears. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you guys fixed it, but I don't know how that thing got off the design board because it was just way too loud, and I bought it. You know what I'm saying? And it's sitting in my box of clippers that I never use because it's way too loud. But I'm glad you guys fixed it. So, and then the fifth thing is sort of a wish list, but I know it probably won't happen. The fifth thing that I would love for this clipper to have is a wide blade. I like a real wide blade for when I'm doing fades and I'm putting in those line of demarcations. A wide blade would really help the fade or make the fade be very, very smooth. And I'm talking maybe like a oyster fast feed level. Even the TPOB play has a decent width blade. So I would hope, and like I said, I know it's probably not going to happen, but I would hope it would have a wide blade. So the five things I would love for the Tomb 42 Babyliss clipper to have: must be powerful, need it to be light, need a click lever, need it to be quiet, and I will wish for a wide blade. All right. It's spring is almost here, and that means it's getting ready to start up the barber show time schedule. Man, I've been waiting for certain people to post their times, and they're taking forever, and I don't understand it because it's March. You know, you usually have your show schedule ready a couple of months after your last show, but you know, I get it. You know, venue dates and everything else planning, so I get it. But this is what we have. These are the shows you should go to, and if you can go to all of them, go to all of them. but I urge every barber to go to at least one of these shows. And I promise you, you will learn a lot. You will have a great time, and you will definitely purchase some good products from any of these shows, if not all of them. All right. The first show, and many say it's the best show out there, the Connecticut Barber Expo, May 17th to the 19th. That's the Super Bowl of all the barber shows. It's huge. I think it's like over 10,000 barbers attend that show. You can't say nothing bad about it. Shout out to Jay Majors. Just to know that he started out at a bar, 12 years ago, doing this show. He started out at a bar, and now he's at the venue that he's at now, over 10,000 barbers. That's incredible. So shout out to him. But Connecticut Barber Expo, May 17th to the 19th. We also have the LV Barber Expo in Las Vegas. That's the Las Vegas trip. That's September 27th and 28th. But the Las Vegas show that's a great show. That's a great show. The fact that it's in Vegas makes it even better. But that is a really good show. Jay Majors and Iced Out Barber put on that show, and I've gotten nothing but positive reports about it. I didn't make it last year, but I'm definitely going this year. And that show is definitely something to see, especially if you're a first time show goer. Like if you've never been to a barber expo or barber competition, book your flight to the Las Vegas Barber Expo, September 27th and 28th. That is a very, very well put together show. And it's in Vegas. And if you've never been to Vegas, a lot of fun. Also, the Rumble in the Rockies, that is to be announced. The Rumble in the Rockies is in the Denver, Colorado area. That is a good show as well. I'm just waiting on the date. So the date is coming any day now, but that's to be announced. But if you are anywhere near Colorado, you definitely want to go to that show. You can make it a trip where if you are a University of Colorado fan, you could go to a game on, of course you got to check the schedule, but you could go to a game on Saturday and then go to the Barber Battle on Sunday. So I'm hoping that they plan it the same time the Colorado plays, so I can make that a double trip. But Denver is always a fun time. For my 420 lovers, you already know what it is. So Denver is definitely a good time. And Rumble in the Rockies over the years is shown to be a very solid show. I went last year. Very good show. Good educators and very creative barber competitions. So we're just waiting to hear back from the Rumble in the Rockies. I'll post that when they post it. Also, for our brothers at Major League Barber, they are doing the Puerto Rico Barber and Stylist Experience March 16th, and that is a little over a week away. And I know that may be last minute for you guys, but let me tell you, if Major League Barber is throwing it, trust me, it's good. It's March 16th. It's in Puerto Rico. I can't say enough about the consistency of Major League Barber over the year, the high performance level of all of their shows. It's like I said, they're just so consistent. So the Puerto Rico Barber and Stylist Experience is March 16th. That's by Major League Barber. Okay, also BarberCon is doing their thing in Dallas, September the 7th. Now, I'm doing these a little bit out of order, so you got to excuse me. I will organize it for Instagram, so look out for that. But BarberCon in Dallas, September the 7th. As you know, BarberCon, they usually do at least 3 shows, so they're cutting down a little bit this year, but they always have quality shows. Shout out to Lee and the crew because BarberCon is another good, very good show to go to. So they're going on September the 7th in Dallas. The Texas Barber Expo, that's normally in San Antonio, but we are waiting to hear back on their date as well. So as soon as they give us, as soon as Rick gives, shout out to Rick, as soon as he gives me the date on that, I will post that as well. We got a new player to the game, and shout out to the NorCal Barber Expo. The Northern California Barber Expo goes on in Oakland, California, and that is August the 16th and 17th. And I kind of want to go to that one because I've heard good reports about it, and I kind of want, because it's in Oakland, I kind of want to check out that vibe out there, the Bay Area or the Yay area. So I've been hearing good things about that show. So shout out to the NorCal Barber Expo, August 16th and 17th. Okay, and the last show, which you should probably check out if you're on this side of the country, is the AZ Barber Expo, and that is in Phoenix. That's October the 19th. And I just realized I forgot one. But the AZ Barber Expo, October 19th, is in the Phoenix area. It is a good show. So make sure you check that out. I went to the one last year, real positive. It was a little on the small side, but it was solid. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, and it was small, but it was good. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you can have a place that is too big, you know what I'm saying, for the crowd. But this was a really compact but good show, and it's in Phoenix, and it's a vibe. It's a little vibe in Phoenix. So shout out to the AZ Barber Expo going on October 19th. And I forgot, on June the 8th, BarberCon Nashville is going on. Now, for those who've never been to Nashville, Nashville is a vibe. Forget about what you heard. Forget about what you think. You know, country music. Of course, it's country music in the city, but it is a true vibe. And shout out to Lee for doing it in Nashville, because that's a great city. I went out there when Major League Barber did one out there, and it was great. But BarberCon Nashville, June the 8th. All right. So make sure, if you're a barber, you need to check out one of these shows. Connecticut Barber Expo, May 17th to the 19th. LV Barber Expo, September 27th, 28th. Puerto Rico Barber and Stylist Experience, March 16th. BarberCon Nashville, June 8th. BarberCon Dallas, September 7th. NorCal Barber Expo, August 16th and 17th. And the AZ Barber Expo, October 19th. The shows I didn't mention, they will have dates posting soon, so I will definitely give you an update on those shows as well. All right, that's our week in barbering. Hope everybody has a good week this week. Make a lot of money. More importantly, make a lot of connections. That's what I want my barbers to focus on this week. Don't look at that client as a money symbol. Look at him as a connection. Not just a client, but a friend, a family. And when I say family, I mean make him a part of your barber family. How you treat him. You know what I mean? When he walks in the shop, speak to him. Okay, when he sits in your chair, speak to him. Hey, how you doing? How's it going for you this week? Okay. What you do for a living? Okay. How's the job going? How's the family going? Okay. Did you see the game last night? Okay. These are all prompts that I'm giving new barbers, those who are maybe a little shy, you know what I'm saying? Because I was one of those shy barbers, you know? I had to learn how to communicate. It does affect your bottom line because, like I said, I had the incident with the guy who just thought I was too quiet. And if you were just cutting hair quietly, is there something wrong with that? Technically, no. If you're doing a good job and you're quiet, technically, there's nothing wrong with it. But when a client comes into the shop, they expect some engagement. Some expect a little engagement. Some expect more than a little engagement. But there should be some sort of engagement between the barber and the customer. Now, when I say engagement, it could just be the client wants a good consultation. He wants to know that you know as a barber exactly how he wants his hair cut. Okay? After the consultation, he probably just wants to scroll on his phone and you don't have to say a word. But you have to have at least a good